formation of our group and from prior also we have had the issue with drainage. Right? Yeah, we have had the issue of drainage. This has been affecting our farmers them for quite a long period now. Basically, we have made approaches to NAREI and GLDA also. However, to date, I think the last time we would have visited you guys, to date we haven't had any drain being dug or so.
Let me just say a point on here. Sorry for the interruption. First of all, Minister, I would like to thank the Ministry of Agriculture, also NAREI, for helping this group. First in forming this group. That would have been in February by Pandit. Another thing I would also like to thank them for is giving us stuff through requests from the group. So far we are benefiting, but there's still a lot more our farmer would like to see happen. So yeah, I must say that.
Yeah. So that is one of our issues, drainage. Our next issue we would have had with the this would make it more so affect the GSU road here. It would be ownership and lease agreements for the farmers them and by extension the residents. Right? I think we would have had some back and forth with between the housing ministry and also the airport. Right? So our farmers they wanting to expand their production and the type of crop that they're producing. So far, well, right now we're predominantly lettuce farming. However, we want to go into the aspect of the exotic crops, such as maybe broccoli, cauliflower, or bell peppers, and so forth. However, some of the farmers stated that the land doesn't permit them to go into the venture. So our solution is to seek the hydroponics approach, but we would need some amount of training. Yeah, well, the training and the materials available on the market right now, they are very much expensive for our farmers to finance it by themselves. Right. Our next issue would be the weather. It plays basically we can't do anything about the weather. However, we could try to find ways to work around it. And one of those ways would include building shade houses on our farms. So being predominantly lettuce farming, too much of rain, too much of water, it plays a part in the production process. So we were looking for at least one shade house per farmer in the group. Right. One of the issues also that our farmers face is the lettuce seed that is available on the market. That is the lettuce Eden. It is only supplied by Agro In, and whenever it is available, limited amount is available for each farmer. Right now, this is in competition. Now, when it becomes available, you have to go into competition to get the seed from the supplier, right? And our last issue, the farmers they're expressing issues with marketing. Basically they're selling the stocks. They're going out to the early morning markets, selling the stocks. However, it's being sold at they would say a meager cost. Then it's resold at jacked up prices. They're hoping that some amount of the buyers could come directly to them. I don't know if you could have certain exposure for us within the group, and that's basically it from us.
So it's an opportunity now, Minister of Agriculture, from Zulfikar. Mustapha will be addressing your concern.
Thanks very much and good afternoon. So I'm happy to be here this afternoon because we were told that we were asked to come here for some time. And because of our busy schedule, I expect that we'll come here this afternoon, but to see a lot more and more issues being raised. Because which is Alliance Road? This is Alliance Road?
No. Yes.
The next one?
Yes.
Right? So Alliance Road we have been doing a number of work there. And a number of government officials, as a matter of fact, from the government level, and also from our party's level, we have identified Comrade Kwame McCoy. I don't know, you normally visit this area? Kwame just come in this area?
No.
I'll never see Kwame in this area. I'll tell Kwame to come in, but he has responsibility to come here to deal with a number of issues, and then he will relate back to different agencies. And this area, Timehri, is an area that normally used to produce a lot of product for us, or produce for us, agricultural produce. And over the last 4 years, a number of interventions were made in Timehri, but as always, development take place, people will want more. And from time to time, the requests they will want to see more development, they will want to see more infrastructure. And this is nothing new to us. As a government, my good friends from Covenden who are here will tell you, we had fruitful discussion here. We have been partnering with them to develop their areas, develop their community, especially the agriculture sector. The president himself went there, the vice president went there, I went a number of times. Kwame normally visit them regularly. And as presently I'm speaking, we have machine in the area still, right, Lionel? Yes. Machines who are working there, and they have been working closely with us. I'm hoping that after today's meeting here, we can have the same kind of collaboration that we have had at Covenden and other areas on the East Bank and on the highway. But today, before I respond to some of the requests that were made just now, I want to tell you that over the last 4 years, we have seen a total transformation, not only in one sector, but all the sectors in our country. You name it, I can tell you. Guyana is today an oil and gas producing country. And not so long ago, just before 2020, we heard everything, all the revenue will be coming and all the development will be taken and coming out of the oil and gas industry. That is important for us. Oil and gas are important for the country's development. But those products will not be here forever. That is why, as a government, we have a vision to ensure that we use the revenue coming out of oil and gas to develop the other sectors. We have seen the other sectors, I said, you look at it, public works, education, health, social services, in every single sectors of this country. We have seen massive changes taking place for the better. In 2014, the last year when we were in government, before the elections of 2015, we started out the school children cash grant. Y'all remember that? And at that time, people were accusing us of bribing the Guyanese people that election is coming in another year time, and we want the vote. Well, the election came and we came out of office, and the thing was stopped. From 2015 to 2020, the school children in our country didn't receive a cent. Y'all remember that? So we said we will restart it. And we haven't only restarted it. We have increased it. This year, every child that attends both private and public school receive $45,000. Next year, that will increase to $50,000. Those are kind of things that we talk about. Those are things that bring changes to people's life. Old age pension. We said by the 5 years time, we'll double it. Next year, you've gone to $41,000 a month. Public assistance increase. Cash grant increase. We're getting cash grant now. When we went in government in 2020, in 2021, we have one of the most devastating floods in the history of this country. We never saw that flood before. The entire agriculture sector, almost 90% of the agriculture sector was destroyed. As a government, we had to ensure that we find money and give the farmers to go back to the land as quickly as possible. And less than 4 years. Now it's 2024. From 2021 to 2024, less than 4 years. We have seen a rapid increase and development and change in our agriculture sector. We have seen today Guyana is a major player in agricultural product, in food production, and today Guyana is leading the region, the Caribbean region, in agriculture. In 2020, when we got into government, or when we resumed government in 2020, Guyana had lost its place in CARICOM. Since the formation of CARICOM, all the presidents in Guyana used to lead in agriculture. From 2015 to 2020, we lost that place. It was taken over by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The first heads of government meeting that the president went to, our president now, he retook that position. And since he has retook that position, we have not only seen a major increase in agricultural development, but we have seen a major increase in almost every single sector. And we have seen a renewed interest in agriculture in our country and in the Caribbean. So we as Guyanese, we must recognize that first of all. And I want to tell you that the government have been increasing budgetary allocation in agriculture and in every single sector. And I can go on and on. In the housing sector, you will see massive increase, over 35,000 people. Now, since 2020, receive house lots and own a home. We had over 28,000 people receive free scholarship. Free scholarship, your child can be in your home and study in a university overseas. 28,000 persons. We are seeing thousands of people have been employed. You all remember how many persons were placed on the breadline. The sugar industry were on the brink of closure. Thousands of CSOs and other workers had lost their job. Now we are seeing massive development, so much so that we need more people to work in our country. When you go around to the productive area, people are saying that there is a shortage of labor in our country. So I'm mentioning these things, that where we came from, where we are today, where we plan to go. So in 2020, the budgetary allocation in the agriculture sector was $13 billion. When we left government when we came out of government in 2014, the allocation in the agriculture sector was 18.5 billion. Instead of increasing it, it decreased to 13 billion. We have seen massive decline in agriculture production. Today, for the first time in the history, I was just going through the production figure up to the end of October this year. And in every single sector in agriculture, every single sector we have seen growth except sugar, because we have a problem with sugar. Rice, for the first time since rice started to plant in Guyana, since our foreparents came from different parts of the world and introduced rice production in Guyana, for the first time in the history of rice production, this year we already produce, today we produce 719,000 tons of rice. We never produced 700,000 tons of rice. The highest we went was 683,000. Last year we produced 653,000. This year and now, and we still have another 10,000 acres to harvest. So we may end up at the end of about 725,000 tons of rice. That tells us something, that we are doing something good and we are seeing more production. Fruits and vegetables, more farmers are coming into agriculture. More people now want to get involved in agriculture. You're seeing more investors coming. Although we have the oil and gas industry, agriculture becomes one of the most attractive sectors now. And that is the way we want it to be done. Because we see agriculture as an important, or not, if not the most important sector for us, because it's a sector that produces food. And without food, we can't survive. We can get all the oil, we can't drink the oil. We can get all the gold and bauxite and timber and what you call it. Yeah, we'll get revenue. But if we don't produce food, we can't survive. We have seen during the pandemic, countries that have large sums of money were unable to procure food for their population. Today, we are producing 60% of the food that we are consuming. We said that we must produce the president gave us directive that we must increase production. First of all, increase production, what we are producing, the traditional crops, rice, sugar, fruits, vegetables, and we must go into new crops. We must go in and we start the cultivation of corn and soya. We are hoping by next year we can produce all our livestock feed, producing all our soya right here in Guyana. We have started the cultivation of high-value crops, things like what the comrade just talked about, broccoli, cauliflower, carrot, lettuce, bell pepper, those things for the hospitality industry, the oil and gas industry. We have not only started, because when people talk about agriculture, they see agriculture as only planting crops. Agriculture is much more than that. We have the livestock industry. We are seeing massive growth in the livestock industry. Dr. Waldron, who is heading that sector, will tell you. We have brought in breeding animals, breeding bulls, to help farmers to get better breed of animals. We have had a tremendous increase in the swine industry. We are self-sufficient in all our poultry needs. And we are now moving rapidly to increase production in various categories, small ruminants, poultry. We want to start, and we have already started. For the first time last year, we started our hatching egg programs. That program, the hatching eggs program, we never had that before. Guyana never produced hatching eggs. For the first time last year, we produced 27,000 hatching eggs, 27,000 hatching eggs. This year, we are already for the first half of this year. So how much we produced? 93,000 hatching eggs for the first half of this year. By the end of this year, I'm hoping that can increase to 200,000. And for that, you might think that is plenty. But every year, annually, we are using almost 53 million hatching eggs. So we get a far way more to go to produce all our hatching eggs, but at least we started it. We started the production of corn and soya to produce all our animal feed so that feed can reduce, the cost for feed can reduce. We started aquaculture, where now we are producing the Vanami prawns, a very, very expensive shrimp. We started and we increased the brackish water shrimp in Region 6. That now is being replicated across the country. And we are working with farmers right across the country to ensure that we help them. So this afternoon, I want to say that I am happy to be here. And first of all, we'll help as much persons as possible. Because I am of the view that if we help more people in a group, rather than we help individual, we'll have better production. Y'all agree with me?
Definitely.
Right. So all the drainage work that y'all mentioned, I don't know if the drainage done by the creek or where, and the pipes, NDIA will do that. We have the engineer here, Mr. Lionel, who is head of the NDIA, and you have Jeremy here. They will come and take a look, and we'll do all the drainage work for you all in this community. Right? So in another 2-3 weeks from now, the work will start to do that. Right? The lease, I can't pronounce on the lease. That is a matter with Guyana Lands and Survey, but probably there is some plan to expand something. I can't say. I will find out. I will find out what the position with lease. Don't pronounce and make a wrong pronunciation on that. Right? The crops that you all are planting, I agree that you can't plant one crop. We have to look at a number of crops. But you have to plant the crops that you can find market for easily. So the new GMC, I will ask them to work along with you all. And I'll ask NAREI to come along, meet with you all, see what you need, and we'll provide all the planting material free of cost to you. Right? All the planting material we'll produce. Right? And the 2 bridges that the comrade raised, we already awarded a contract for the first bridge. That will start in another couple of days from now. The contractor told the NDIA that he will bring material from tomorrow to start the first bridge. The second bridge, I already spoke to Minister Hon, and they will do the second bridge. So both bridges will be done by the government of Guyana. So in order to make big representation, we already knew that there are issues there. That is why we started it. A contract of $74 million been awarded to a contractor, RS Builders. So both bridges, comrade, will be done.
Thank you, sir.
Right? And the Antigua raised with the three load dort. We can give you a 3 load dort, but I can't pronounce on the coca.
I have it,
Oh.
but I need a help like the box.
So y'all must help her level it. We can help you level it. But the coca, we have to look and see what work needed to be done. So the engineer will look at the coca to see it.
No problem.
Right?
It's so hard.
So a comrade asked about some UV plastic. Well, I can give you a roll of UV plastic, but you have to get your own frame. I will give you a roll of shade net and UV plastic, but get your frame, so we will help you there. Right, comrade? You agree with that? So those are the issue raised. The outfall that need to be desilt, NDIA will check that. Right? NDIA, as a matter of fact, comrade, you raised the outfall at cover then. The machine is there. The same machine contractor, Azad machine, is still there. That same machine will clear the outfall. Right? So your area, my good friend behind you there, who is the chairman, he know. Just normally reach with me, and we will help you to clear that outfall. And we have been working very closely with the group in that area. They have been having a lot of help from us, and we'll continue to work. So, comrades, those are the issues that you raised, and we have addressed all the issues. I want this group to be more, you all bringing more people in this group. I will ask our extension officers, I will ask the heads of our department to work along closely with you all. Let us now form that partnership. Let us ensure that we help you all to develop your farmstead, and you can produce more. But when we want to farm and produce, you can't plant everything under the sun. You have to plant crops that is marketable and crops that you can produce in large scale. So we will advise you. As a matter of fact, I will ask NAREI to do some soil tests here. Right? Do some soil tests so that they can tell you which is the best crop to plant in this area, so that you can get better results. You see, when you go and plant wild like that and you don't know how the type of soil, you will not have good results. But when you know what type of soil you have and what type of crop will grow good on the soil, then you will know you will get better results. So NAREI will help you all to do that. Right? And that will be done within 2 weeks' time. And the Akushi ants bait and the beetle that the comrade talk about, NAREI will look at that. And all the Akushi ants baits we're giving out free. So if you have Akushi ants, we'll give you the bait free. Right? We have been providing that. This government has been providing that. That is why you have seen. Because the vision that we have is to make agriculture the most important activity. We want Guyana to be a food hub. We want Guyana to be a food producing country. We are now building a food hub at Yarrowcabra, on the Linden-Suzdike Highway, a place to store food that we can export in the Caribbean. We have to, first of all, be self-sufficient in all what we produce, and then export to the Caribbean. Very shortly, a ferry service will start between Guyana, Trinidad, and Barbados. When the ferry comes to Guyana, we have to have produce to send it back. That is why you'll see around the country a ramp up production in various areas, in all the areas. And that is why we are giving this kind of support to farmers and farming group. I hope you all make use of it. Let us work together, continue to support the government, and we will make you all proud. Thank you very much.
Because I'm willing to work along with the government to be when it comes in the area of health and the area of food production. So coming out of this afternoon's meeting, it was quite evident that the government of Guyana has an interest in the agriculture trust. As we know, everything else is come and go. The only thing that still remains with us is hunger. So in any case, we have to prepare for hunger. And with the prices of food on the world market going up, just recently, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO, they indicated for the month of October, which is last month, I think they had an 80% rise in food throughout the globe. And I think the efforts by this government to have agriculture on the front burner is very much acceptable, at least by me.
My name is Paul Chattersing. I'm a rep of Timehri Alliance Road Farmers Group. And we are here with our Minister of Agriculture. He's made a lot of promises, and I know he's going to deliver. It was a successful meeting in that from time to time we have been receiving a great lot of help. We really appreciate his presence here today, and we know that agriculture is the backbone of any country, any part of the world. And if we are to feed the Caribbean and feed ourselves and the rest of the world, we need to step up our game where agriculture is concerned.
My name is Joy Barat. I'm living on the Base Road, Lot 30, Timehri Public Road, and I'm so happy that I could be here in the presence of the ministers. And I'm thankful that whatever I asked for, they promised to help me because I badly need that help to start planting in the backyard. And I must say thanks to everyone for appreciating what I said and having me here. God bless.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Himchan Sigulam from the Timehri GACO Road Farmers Group. We had reached out to the minister via email, and we are more than pleased and happy that he responded and that he's here today. Also, all of our issues that we raised, most of them were fulfilled, and we are happy for that. And I'm hoping in the future to cooperate and to partner with the ministry and also with NAREI in moving forward in agriculture to produce more for the people and the Caribbean. So thank you so much.
He asking we for come. He demand.
How much they buying from you?
About 2.5 tons.
1.5. Small.
Small
Where's
amounts.
Canada?
Canada did 20 tons
Yearly?
yearly.
You know what the US?
Now, US, we have to make some adjustments to the labels because all our labels are in metric. US system is imperial. So we had to make those adjustments, but we got the FDA approval. So we're currently printing new labels for the US market.
How much is normally buy?
We have not gone into the US market this year.
You're not selling away in Europe?
Nowhere in Europe.
So Trinidad is the main area.
Trinidad is where the obstacle is. Trinidad, because you see, they're importing a very cheap oil out of Indonesia, and then they're re-exporting it across the Caribbean as a product of Trinidad.
And they want to take up the market too.
Yeah, exactly. But because of the cheap price you're getting it for, we cannot compete with them.
We will
across
talk
the Caribbean.
to that.
Yeah.
Good. Let me
So
see you push it.
that's where exactly the problem is. So I know you want to tour the facility to see the
Yes, let me
entire.
go. Hold on, let me get this to you.
Yeah, this one. Once it is cooked, then you put it in the
Mechanically, or hold it?
Then we put the shelf up.
They call it only coconuts, but the global name is precision coconut. I'm happy to see the kind of system that they have here. They are producing, they have a capacity to produce or process 120,000 coconuts daily. This factory used to employ about 154 persons, but they had some issue now with Trinidad, which we are pursuing, hoping that we can get back operation shortly. But this show our resilience as a country in terms of producing from the agriculture sector. Coconut is a very important commodity for us, and we are putting a lot of effort now in coconuts. And I am happy to note that the managing director told me that he's getting all his product right here. Farmers are bringing in the coconut. They are satisfied with the prices that they are receiving, and this is the product that they are getting here. And I think that this show well how the coconut oil, the product is very good. The type of product is, and you could see the label here, right? These are the different types of coconut oil, and I think it's very good. It's selling in the Guyana market and also across the Caribbean and North America. And these are the different size of the coconut oil: refined, non-refined, which you could cook on, and these are cosmetics, and so you could use it on. So I think that this is good here. We as a government, we will pursue the matter, the non-tariff issues with Trinidad, and hoping that we can get through it, so that this operation can come back into being as early as possible. I asked the managing director for us to have a meeting shortly, and I will raise this matter in the ministerial task force, and also we'll continue to raise it at COTEC meeting so that we can get back this market in Trinidad and Tobago. You can talk to the owner too.
So I'm Leslie Ramlal. I'm Vice President of Finance for Precision Global Inc. and our Only Coconuts, which is our trade name. This is a coconut facility that is the largest in South America, and we've been in operation since 2021. However, because of marketing challenges, we've been forced to close, and so most of our employees, we were forced to let them go. And hopefully, we are now seeking government's assistance to get us back on track, because one facility like this processing 120,000 coconuts on a daily basis means that it has a direct impact and a direct connection to government strategy in terms of for the coconut industry. And so to lose those farmers that would have had a guaranteed market and a stable price for the coconuts, as well as the employees, and more so a product out of Guyana that has made its name across the Caribbean and North America, it's disappointing. So I'm really hoping that with government intervention, we could come back on track and be able to resuscitate this facility, and so continue to expand on the coconut industry across Guyana.
This is a Guyanese company?
It is a Guyanese company, and as I said, we started production in 2021. And as I said, it's the largest coconut processing facility in South America.
With government's intervention, how soon will you be able to get the operation up and running once government gives?
Once we're able to get, and it's at a viable stage where we're able to go back at a viable stage, in less than, I will say, with retraining of new employees, because I don't think all the employees will come back. People have moved on to new jobs, and so in the space of 40 to 45 days, we'll be up and running again.
was instrumental in having the Covenant Farmers Group farm. Sometimes after the farmers did requested some assistance in the ministry, one of the things was the Vice President was saying that farmers step into groups. I was instrumental in forming that group, and I was a part of that group, but because of issues developing the kind of dysfunctional way the group was running, I decided to opt out of the group. And I made it known via the Facebook and the social media that I'm not part of the group. However, I would work along with the ministry within a private capacity. I've been doing that since with some assistance from NAREI, and Ms. Paul will come and check the farm and so on and so forth. Based upon a meeting that was held, a matter of fact, our outreach that was held, I think sometime in February, the president himself was there at the chairman's residence, and two issues I had is one with the drainage and crop theft, right? Had some lights going down in the place there. The president did indicate to me that he would see what he could do. Since then, I was blessed with some lights, some solar lamps going down into the farm to begin with, to ease the thieving of crops. The other issue, apart from the crop that they rested with the president, is with the drainage, the outfall there, by the coca, the outfall has been blocked up for a number of years, that been cleaned. So we're not getting a free flow water to come into the, to wash out the filth and everything from the, and it's causing disease from the crops because the stagnant water is breeding different bacteria. They try to alleviate the drainage problem by cutting up cross canal at the back of me. It crashed to my land. Sometimes when I was in the country, I'm a re-migrant, I live overseas, and I'm back here answering the call of the government to put the agriculture right, knowing fully well that the importance of agriculture, not only to Guyana, but to the world at large. That back canal cut to my land, right, by, I think, is Ministry of Agriculture. I think one of the contractors there, I'm not the engineer, was Jeremy, but I think he handed it to somebody else. And I was asking them to put it back upright, and, because it's access, those backlands there, it's been preserved, ancestral land has been preserved for generations. It's been leased to some family of my own overseas, and we trying to get it out of the way, right? So my issue now is with theft. Just recently, I had some theft on the farm there. I reported the matter to the station. As today now, they haven't sent any police to investigate. So my main contention now is with crop theft in the community. Thank you. This has to be addressed. The policing coming up, you make a report to the station, the policing coming up.
That's one advice. Just don't go around in circles. Just get to the point. You have a drainage problem. You have this problem. Get to the point.
The two problems are drainage.
No. I finished. Yes, sir.
Come in front of the Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ramrose. I live at Susek. I own a plant shop. Right now, before I came here, I checked. I got about 10,000 plants. I have joined the Alliance Road Group. Went to the meeting a couple times. I'm seeking some help from the Extension Agriculture Officer on what I need. I'm a pensioner. I'm 77 years of age, but I have a passion for agriculture. If you come and see me every day, I'm setting seeds. And what I need is some help with UV plastic and the black one that I see they got here because of the heat. And I need a tank to help gravity feed the plants because I can't lift weights and so on. And pipes and sprinklers and even some fertilizer. I'm not getting anything at all from this group for the past 3 months, right? So I need seeds, sprinkler. The trays I buy, the trays to pack plants, I have to buy that, and the UV plastic. So that is my concern. I haven't got any help from the group there. Mr. Plate is not here, but the Extension Agriculture Officer says she's going to help me. So I just voiced my problem. That is my personal problem. That plant shop is my personal one, but I can't supply the people with enough plants. Right now I don't have enough celery to supply. People come there, right? So another problem is with seeds. That's all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Minister, thank you and your group for being here and listening to our concerns. My name is Paul Chatter Singh. I'm from Alliance of Timehri on behalf of our group there. We have two major concerns. Drainage, they need to be kept clean. Well, they're actually trenches, not drain. I shouldn't say trench, drain. To be kept clean. And major concern, the two bridges in our road is deplorable. It's street water broken down. Terribly gone bad. Mr. Edgel sent a team in there several months ago, and we ain't get a feedback up to now. No, should any of these bridges collapse, it would be a major setback for farmers who are doing large agriculture farming, big scale farming, and have to get trucks and canters and so on to bring the produce out and so, right? So we're talking about perishables, right? But these two bridges need to be done. It's very important. So I know Mr. Edgel is your colleague and so on, and you all could have some say in that matter. So the two bridges are gone. The road is solid. It's one of the strongest roads in this country. We got BPAT is going to be doing a hotel in our roads soon, as well as Eddie Grant got a couple of 100 acres of land, another potential hotel putting up there. We got Krong Mining did a huge concrete. I don't know if he did it or the government built that bridge across the Haruni River, and he got I think he can put a shore base there. So our place is actually, Timehri is actually earmarked for tremendous development. We got a lot of land in Timehri here, and a lot of people getting into agriculture and so on. We got some land in our road, is 50 feet by a mile. That's coming straight up to the back of the runway here, right? But this being at the hill foot, and here is the hilltop, the water just come down, and we have a huge basin there. So you can only work like 1,000 feet of the land, and the rest is swamp. So in future, if agriculture is to be like the backbone and so on, and we're going to be supplying the whole of the Caribbean, if we could get an excavator to bust a canal from Haruni River to Alliance Trench, somewhere in the middle, to drain all the water. The land is very fertile, sir, very, very fertile, right? It's like mainland, it never worked, right? It's pagas and clay and sand mix, real nice. But we can't go beyond that. Beyond that is lavaria snake and alligator and all of that. But it's nice land. Thank you very much, sir. Right? Thank you.
I'm not from any group, but my concern is that for the persons in this area, most of us are lettuce farmers. To begin with, it have two varieties, like the Mineto and the Eden, but we are only getting the Eden now, and it's not available most of the time. Well, we're trying to work out with that, but with the drainage issues, stem up from the road that we have here, the drainage that they put, they lead the pipe into someone else's farm. And we're asking assistance, like to my acknowledgement when I had visited that farm, it need like extension pipes to go there, to go farther down, so those persons wouldn't be affected, because when we did have the May, June, like 4 different farmers, they acquire a lot of losses for their crops. And I don't know if they had a report about that, but so far I'm saying it now. And another thing, like when we go to the market to sell our produce, it's perishable stuff. So when you go there, the buyers them, the vendors them, they would try to break you down so much, and you have to go with them. Now, as farmers, with our climate changes, our produce don't come as satisfactory sizes, and they try to break you down. We have to go through expenses with fertilizers, drugs, and worker staff. So that is our major problem with the produce in this area. And the drainage it stems up from the one that there. So if the minister could continuously look into that, because several complaints were made. I personally was one when I was in an active group, but I'm not in the group anymore. So that's my concern. Thank you.
Afternoon, everyone. I used to live overseas and I came back 2016 and then I started to plant my land at Timehri Public Road there. Right now, I need some help because I have a load, about 3 truckload dirt at the back, and I can't get that done with barrow. And we had a coker we built years ago, and that coker ain't work functioning anymore. So I'm willing, if I could get any help on behalf of that dirt and the coker, I could able to handle the rest with some help. So that's all I need. Thank you so much.
What's your name?
Good evening to every one of you. Most Honorable Minister, thank you for having you here with us. And I do hope this meeting will be a great success, because according to our government, we all want to put our hands together to make sure that our country gets on top of the ladder. I came here especially to tell you about our farming over the river. As old as I am, walking with a stick, from young days, I plant farms. But what is happening today over the river there, the drainage, and I just come to show because I don't want you to feel I'm lying. Just open it and see the amount of acres of land we have over the river, the family. But then because of the drainage, we cannot able to keep and uphold what we are doing. And for so doing, we are asking some assistance, because I born in farming and I want to continue to be in farming.
All right. So you want help? Good. You look at this. Any other clue?
Anybody else?
Anybody?
What's your name? What's your name and from where?
Most of the farmers at the back there, they doesn't have the leases for the land, and they were in at land and survey, but we were denied. I was there too, and we were denied, and the response was very rude. And that's all that we need now, our documents, so that we could go further and excel ourselves to like, it doesn't make sense we pay tax and we don't have a lease.